February 1888. A dry, icy mistral lashes the tracks as Vincent steps off the train, yet he is grinning like a schoolboy. The South is a new world, he writes Theo, like Japan, but closer. Under an enormous cobalt sky, wheat fields burn gold, peach orchards explode in pink fire, and a small, butter-yellow house on Place Lamartine waits like a promise. In this place, he says, I can breathe. 4 months he works in whirlwinds of color, pink almond blossoms, cafes glowing like molten furnaces after midnight, a simple bedroom painted the blue of cool water. And then, the sunflowers, 14 flowers, each a tiny sun, painted for no audience but eternity, October 1888. To build his dreamed-of studio of the South, Vincent invites Paul Gauguin. For 9 restless weeks the two painters fence with brushes and words, arguing over line, light, philosophy, even the future of art itself. One December night, the tension finally ignites. Gauguin walks alone into the dark, and Vincent, left behind with the howling wind, spirals toward the act that will scar his life and legend. Vincent, frantic and unraveling, slices off the lower lobe of his own ear, wraps it in paper, and hands it to a stunned girl at a nearby brothel. Morning papers brand him Le Faux Roux, the red-haired madman. May 1889. Exhausted and afraid of himself, Vincent signs into the asylum of Saint Remy. A former monastery, iron locks, echoing stone corridors. The staff treat him kindly, yet keep laudanum close. Other patients scream at unseen ghosts. But outside his barred window, olive trees twist like dancers fighting an invisible wind. When the fits subside, he paints as though chased by time, irises corkscrewing in violet, cypresses lunging like green fire, the white hospital building shimmering in noon heat. One sleepless June dawn he turns east. Venus glows, the hills breathe, and he paints a sky that seems to whirl on its own axis, the starry night. Then the seizures return. He drinks turpentine, chews paint, forgets his own address. Still, he writes, in the iron cage of suffering I find a certain music of colors. May 1890. Discharged, Vincent heads north to Auvers-sur-Oise. Dr. Paul Gaucher, physician, amateur painter, fellow melancholic, promises discreet care. Auvers looks harmless, green hills, thatched roofs, children chasing ducks along the Oise River. Vincent unpacks his easel and attacks the landscape with a fever that borders on prayer. 70+ canvases in 10 weeks. The Cobalt Church at Auvers. The portrait of Dr. Gaucher with melancholy eyes. Wheat fields blowing like restless oceans. Crows swirling overhead like omens. Yet letters from Paris darken. Theo is ill, money dwindles, critics remain silent. Even the paint smells of failure. July 27th. Mid-afternoon. Vincent walks into the waist-high wheat, a revolver hidden in his coat. A single shot breaks the hum of insects. Wounded, he staggers back to the Revue Inn, whispering, La tristesse durera toujours. The sadness will last forever. 30 hours later he is gone, Theo holding his hand until dawn. 6 months later, grief drags Theo into the same graveyard. 2 brothers rest a few feet apart, now braided together by ivy. But Theo's widow, Jo van Gogh Bonjour, refuses silence. She publishes the letters, organizes exhibitions, and places canvases in every gallery that will listen. By 1905, visitors line up in Amsterdam. By 1913, Americans gasp at the Armory show. By 1987, a single sunflower's painting sells for nearly $40 million. Today children flatten their noses against museum glass while astronomers study turbulence in the starry night. Vincent once said he wanted to paint the heart of humankind. He did. So next time the sky swirls overhead, or a ragged sunflower nods in a ditch, remember the man who wrestled darkness long enough to hand us his light. Thank you for listening. If the journey moved you, tap like, subscribe, and join me for more adventures in art and history.